Okay, so speaking of different types of content and stuff like that, has there been any different types of content that you've been kind of consuming lately? Any like kind of off the wall, different like little things that you've been looking at?
Yeah, dude. One of my side gigs, we listen to Compound Media and Censored TV every day. I mean, those guys are fucking awesome. I got into them within the past year. It's already almost the end of 2021 here. So I started to catch on to them, like the algorithm.
Yeah.
Just there was some shit on YouTube. I think it was before a lot of them were banned from YouTube. Mm-hmm. They got me into it, and I realized these are paywall subscription services are $100 a year, which is nothing. But however, I just took the plunge and subscribed to both of them, and I listen to the Anthony Cumia show and get off my lawn every day. It's fucking great,
dude. Cumia is awesome. Like, yeah, Cumia is great. Even when he was on Opie and Anthony, he was
great. They do the crossover show on Wednesdays.
They do. Yeah, and McInnes is great. I think I was introduced to Gavin McInnes when, and maybe, depending, because this is on YouTube, I might, bleep that. No, I'm just kidding. But
didn't have to do that, do you?
No. I'm just being facetious. But yes.
Surprise. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, Gavin McInnes, I remember he was on the Rogan show, which I'm a big Rogan fan. He just his long extended form, you get to you get a real sense of who someone is instead of these 15-minute little clips on news or other radio shows or whatever. It's a full, so you can see if someone's bullshit or if someone is actually a true human and they actually believe what they're fucking saying.
Yeah, I would hope no one was bullshit because they get called out real quick on any of these. But there was also a recent podcast with Rogan with the author of a book called San Francisco. Did you see that one? This is within the last couple weeks.
The book sounds familiar. I don't know if I know the author, but do you remember who it was?
And I can't tell you, but it was a great conversation. They were talking about exactly that. I'm sure people have said that many times about how the podcast form. Yeah, it just you can dive deeper into the conversation and people can understand where everyone's coming from. There's no time limitations, but yeah, that was a great one. That's another one that if you have not heard, and within the past couple of weeks, this is a guy talking a lot about like the homeless crisis, the real reason for it, and what could like potentially fix it, but why it's just turning into a fucking nightmare mess.
Yeah,
so that's a good one.
Yeah, San Francisco is, and now I want to say San Francisco just because you say that, like in my head.
That's a witty title.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's great. Was it Michael Malice?
No, but he's funny. He's on Compound a lot. That guy, he's a guest of Anthony's a lot. Michael Malice.
Oh yeah, Malice is great, dude.
He was a recent guest, right? I think it was him and another dude. Anywho,
yeah. But yeah, no, I found out about McInnes through Rogan. He went on there. Yeah. It was when he was dressed up like Michael Douglas from
Falling Down.
Yeah.
What do you? I never caught on to that. They probably talked about it, and I was like, I was doing errands or something. That's the best time to listen to a podcast.
Yeah, just while you're in the middle of it and you catch something and you're like, what the? Oh, okay. And you kind of like rewind a little bit and you're like, oh, that's what they're talking about. Yeah. No, but I caught on to him, and he was talking a lot about something that was pretty interesting to me was like there's about the Muslim religion and the Muslim world and like a lot of stuff that goes on with that, and he was saying that like there's percentages having to do with
species,
not interspecies, but like interfamilial marriage. And yes, there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
You said it.
Yeah.
No,
they also call them goat fuckers, I think. But
yeah. But it was obviously McInnes is kind of a provocateur to a point. And
he is, man. I think he's a fucking genius.
He's great.
Multiple levels. But I will say, I guess maybe he goes out of his way to piss people off. I don't think so. It doesn't even ruffle my feathers at all. But then I guess how normies could be like, whoa, I guess.
So the PC culture,
him, like, as being some diabolical motherfucker. He's fucking great.
Yeah, he's with the PC culture, and I guess now it's shifted to woke culture. Like I can definitely see how he would trigger plenty of people. And to me, I have a sense of humor, and I also have an open mind to where like, and I'm always drawn to someone who's funny. Period.
Yeah, I love comedy. I always have. Yeah,
stand-up comedy, all that. It is the whole point of comedians from back in the day was being able to poke fun basically at the king. You know, they were the only ones, you know, that would be able to do that. So I feel that if it's said in some sort of comedic light or comedic way, that they are the ones that can kind of make you think like, well, this is the way it is. But when you think about it,
sure,
you know. So I always liked the fact that McInnes kind of took that avenue, and when he brought that factor, and so I was kind of laughing at like the comedic.
He's got multiple angles. That's what I love about him. I love his anger, but like dad anger, or just like grown up, mature adult anger. You know, like or like dude anger. You know, like he's got like so many different aspects of his shit that's. He's fucking awesome, and then him and Anthony's like they're different, but they're different
but the same.
They're different but the same, and there's a better way to say it. Or I'd say Anthony is like more on the entertainment side. McInnes is like gets a little bit darker.
Yeah.
And then so you have these two different wings of the bird that is the bald eagle.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That okay. I see. But and the whole thing that's cool about them is that's what the First Amendment is about. The First Amendment is about to be able to say shit, and that's what I love about McInnes at least, and then also Cumia for the things that he said, especially with opening and Anthony and all that. You know, like he was that guy even back then. Like he would just say what the fuck was on.
I found out about Anthony late, and that's where like actually the algorithm worked out to my advantage.
Yeah.
And who is this guy? And I'd always heard of Opie and Anthony, but I wasn't listening to talk radio for that entire, it's like late 90s, early 2000s or something. I wasn't listening to that shit, you know? And, or if I was, like, it was like Howard Stern.
Yeah. Which he's kind of,
he's terrible now.
Yeah.
Fuck him, dude. And Anthony just crushed. I mean, they bring out so many anecdotes. God, the things that he's said recently. But if you're an Anthony fan, you know already. But he's just completely flipped. They said, I think Anthony said that there's a great rant, and I think you can find this on YouTube, how he has turned into Don Imus. How Stern has.
Yep.
Like his arch enemy. And Anthony will tell you way better than I ever could.
Yeah.
But it's fucking beautiful. And then like Anthony still has the utmost respect for him, yet they were like rivals, and they have like such an interesting perspective, like just where they were at their different phases in life, you know? Like imagine having someone that you was one of your inspirations, but then grows up, and then you become their competition, and then things change, and now you're like almost like polar opposites.
It's quite interesting how a lot of the times the people that are saying that it's like closed-minded, conservative people or closed-minded right wingers are usually the ones that are the closed-minded ones, because someone that like Anthony, who I wouldn't even say he's conservative, I mean, but with the way he thinks and how he says things, like you would put him in that category, just because the other side who wants to preach all this open-mindedness, he's the one that's like, yeah, dude, I still respect Stern for what he's done, but I don't agree with him.
Right.
It's
mind-boggling. Put people in fucking cages.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And it's like, wait,
terrible. Disgrace.
Like, just to be honest, like Stern, you're Jewish, right? So wouldn't you be against putting people like your people in your history have gone through that? So wouldn't you think to not?
He's fucking out in outer space, dude. He doesn't have a fucking foot on the ground.
And I used to love him too. Like when my dad used to listen to talk radio all the time when we were a kid. We would literally just drive around in the car, and he would listen to talk radio, and it was mostly conservative shit. But Stern was provocative. He was like shock jock shit.
Oh, he had his moment. He was pretty rock and roll for a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I love
it for a long time. Come on, what am I saying? Like 20 years. I mean, he was a big deal.
Like having porn stars on there and like having, like orgasms on the radio and like ridiculous. It was funny. It was like entertaining, and it wasn't this like
they were pushing back. He was pushing boundaries,
exactly.
I mean, now it's funny because that seems so like whatever. Like but at the time, that was a huge deal. And things have changed though. Like the guys to listen to now, I would say is like Cumia and Gavin.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that because those are some of the ones doing it right now, I guess, in the avenue of like free speech, because it's freespeech.tv, right?
Well, yeah, but they're also like the best.
Yeah,
like they're entertaining. They're hilarious. All of their shows are incredible, and their networks are good too. So like they have plenty of other shows to check out, and there's good ones on there as well. So that's where as far as my news. Yeah. This is the news. That's it. Yeah. For me, I listen to that and metal. So that's so my take.
It's cool too because it's like you're able to get news, but with that comedic kind of slant, Yeah,
it's the best. I mean, and I think that'll always be the best formula.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it's like even when John Stewart was doing the Daily Show, John Stewart's a complete liberal lefty, but he still was funny about it.
He was funny about it, and for one of those dudes from the legacy that you're talking about, I remember both. Pretty recently, like he got. Okay, we're talking about Stewart. He got John Oliver all in a twist because he was talking shit about like, I don't know, man, maybe the coronavirus was made in the lab in Wuhan.
He was Colbert.
Colbert.
Yep.
All right, they're all the same to me.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's like fucking with them, and they're like, I don't know if they had to go to a commercial break. I just heard it like through my sources.
Yeah.
But, so he's been pretty cool. He's like, So Stewart was a big deal, and like, is that late '90s, late '90s, early 2000s, a long time ago. Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, and the crazy
on that show. What was his Comedy Central show?
The Daily Show.
All right, that back when I'd watch that.
Yeah, no, it's and what's crazy about that too is that Colbert, who's now the Late Show or whatever, like on CBS, who has the big late night show there. I basically took over for what's his name? Letterman.
I tuned on.
Yeah,
Letterman.
Yeah, and so. Before that, he was on the Daily Show with John Stewart.
Yeah, he was like his sidekick, and he was cool. He was good back then. You could see definitely how the changeover would happen. Yep. That was the Emperor handing over the lightsaber to Darth Vader.
Yep.
You saw it coming, and you think, but yeah, all those guys have like kind of betrayed us. Unless I was just like in a completely wrong space. Was I at the time anyway? They were entertaining, and I checked. I would watch those shows, and that's how a young dude would get their news sources.
Yeah, and
those guys, it sucked.
And now when you kind of look back at it, you're like, how much of that was a little bit of propaganda?
Yeah, where was I at? Was I completely brainwashed fucking retard?
Exactly. Yeah, because when I was in Austin. Austin's a completely liberal city. It's still in Texas, so but it's like the liberal stronghold. And
California, Texas.
Yep.
And by the way, great place to play a gig at.
Oh, Austin's amazing for music. I mean, I will say in the past year since I left in about 2014, but since I've left, I've gone back a couple times, and it is not anything close to what it was. It is all DJ shit or rap or anything where it's not a band.
That's different. I gotta throw this in there. That's because rock clubs are closing.
Yep.
They're becoming extinct.
Yep.
Appreciate your club, appreciate your culture, support it and love it because it could be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily like the fault of the city.
Yeah.
That's nationwide. That's worldwide.
What's going on, guys? You just watched a clip of the Till Death podcast. Thank you for your support. Make sure you click the subscribe button down here. Click one of the videos, one right here or one right down here. You just, like Biden, you just got to keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it.
Come on, man.
Damn.